Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie, Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the 13th review of group number 12, Dry Snuff. All groupings are on one playlist. That playlist and another review from it will pop up in the last 20 seconds of this video. Also, in the description area of this video, there is a PayPal link for small sized donations, one-time donations. I thank you in advance. So for this one, we will be taking a look at a Bernard product. Now, Bernard has recently ceased operations, but I am pretty confident that a surviving brand or company will be picking up a large section of their line. So for this one, we're going to go with this guy. And no, I am not going to even attempt to pronounce it. I took it over to Google Translate and listened to the audio version maybe a dozen times. And even seconds after hearing it, I could not pronounce it properly. So, the title of this video is what this is called. And you'll see a closer up when we take it over the desk to look at the packaging and the product inside. This is a Schmausler, and it is going to be hydrated with most likely paraffin oil. All right, so nasally is the only way you want to use this product. And with that, we will take it over, and I will give you a close-up of the extremely creepy monk that is on the graphic on the front of this package. Back in a moment. I did say extremely creepy. Realizing that this is probably the same graphic that they have had for decades, it might be at least discussed amongst whoever discusses these things whether they should go with another image, because that is flat out disturbing. Anyway, so that is the name. And that is why I am not attempting to say it. It basically translates to monastic blend or mixture, or monastery mixture, if you want it Anglo-ized, I suppose. You have a German warning label down bottom there. This is a 10-gram tap tin in the normal Bernard fashion. So it has a slide on the side. And I'm going to bring this camera up ever so slightly and see if I can get a better... There we go. And then on the back. So let me show that slide again. It's one of these right here. And you just slide it down. There is no safety seal on these. I do not see a reason that you would be disturbed about that. I got this from an online dealer, so I am not concerned at all with that, but Bernard products have typically, and anything really in this black tap box, do not have safety seals on them. So with that, let's get a little bit out here. And I will open it all the way up for getting it out. Now, some of you that have been watching these will think that looks pretty coarse, and that's because it is, but it is pretty standard for Schmausler. Yeah, it's got some big bits. This one looks pretty dry, actually, which I was not expecting. But with that, we will take it back up top, and I will begin the sneezing process, most likely. It's very dark. I will tell you that in person as well. It's coarse and dark. That's all I know thus far. Back in a moment. Okay, and here we are. So what I am expecting here is actual sneezing. I wasn't joking about that part. I have not done one of these Schmausler products for a while. They tend to be coarse. This one would seem to be coarse, and it would seem to be drier than most I've seen. Scent-wise, I'm going to be expecting, I'll go out on a limb, I did not look up this product beforehand, except for the name, which we've already covered how that turned out. It's going to be a most likely Brazilian scented scent of Brazilian tobacco, very dark with dried fruit. I'm going to guess, but I've never had it before. Okay, the Brazilian dark tobacco, I'm dead on about. I don't know what that is. It's not the dried fruit that I was expecting. So I'm gonna knock some out here. Wow, okay. Let me see if I can rub this down a little bit. Or is it just gonna rub? Oh, it actually does rub down. Well, isn't that nice? Thank you, Bernard. That actually did that pretty easy. It actually stains up the hand, though. Alright, so I'm just going to pinch off my hand here, and we will see what this is about. Man, that's a burn on that. Wow. Do I got? Yeah, I do. It's actually easier to take than I thought. It's pretty dry, which is why I was able to rub out like that, but it's almost like, yeah, my finger was slightly stained from that. Okay, it's not the dried fruits that I was expecting. Not to say that there aren't any dried fruits in there, but I'm getting... It sounds bizarre, and I don't know why this would be. I'm almost getting, like, maple syrup. But that will not be a traditional... Maple syrup and something else. It's not bad. I know I'm making a face. I'm just completely thrown as to what this is now. It's pretty good. And if it's easy... Well, let's see. Hey, it's pretty easy to take on the first one. It's got good nicotine. I'll tell you that much. It's drier than a lot of Schmauzlers, but it's still pretty heavy because of the grind, so it's not going back too far. It's got a little bit of a burn. I'm still going to say that this is not a beginner's product. That said, it is a lot easier to take than I thought it would be. Sort of gets in the nose and stays there. It's like a maple something going on, and I can't understand... You know, I mean, if there was traditional snuff making in Canada, this is what their stuff would be scented as, like maple syrup and stuff like that, but it's not from Canada, obviously. It's very interesting, though. It's interesting that they didn't go the normal route for these, which is usually like a fig dried fruit. You know what? I know what it is. I think. maybe it is me. I don't see why it would be maple syrup. It's I think it's rum. I think what I'm picking up the maple aspect of it. But what I think it actually is, I think it's rum scented, as in the alcoholic beverage. I think. It is pleasant though, no matter what. It's fairly easy to take. One sneeze is not, that's not a thing here. It's drier than I usually see in this type of product. It's as coarse, but because it's drier, it does rub down. It is heavy, even after rub down, and you don't take it too far. So, this is one of those deals like, no, it's not a beginner's product, but if you were a beginner and you accidentally ended up with this, I think it would still be usable, if that makes any sense. So, this has been my review of Chong from Bernard. We'll just call this Creepy Monk Blend. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I do thank you for watching. As always, do take care of yourselves, and God bless.